Welcome to the Effortless English Show with the world's #1 English teacher, AJ Hoge, where AJ's more than 40 million students worldwide finally learn English once and for all, without the boring textbooks, classrooms, and grammar drills. Here's AJ with a quick piece to help you learn to speak fluent English effortlessly.
Hi, I'm AJ Hoge, the author of Effortless English. Learn to speak English like a native. Join my VIP program at effortlessenglishclub.com. effortlessenglishclub.com. VIPs, check your email today. I'm sending the email today with information about having a Zoom meeting. You can see I'm testing the Zoom app now. If you're watching on video, I'm using Zoom today. So no chat today. I'm just going to talk about a topic. But the important thing is that we're going to have our VIP meeting. I've decided to have it at the end of the month. So let's see, where are we now? Just in about 2 weeks, a little over 2 weeks, we will have our VIP. We could call it a webinar. Webinar means web seminar, right? Internet meeting. But we'll use Zoom, so it'll be videos. We'll actually get to see each other. So that's really cool. You know, before we did our VIP meetings using telephone seminar, so that it was only audio. We could hear each other, right? I could hear you talking to me and you could hear me, of course. But when we all talked together, VIP members, it was just audio. But I think Zoom, now the technology is finally good enough with Zoom. And there are probably other apps also similar. But, you know, obviously Zoom is popular right now. So with Zoom, we can actually do this using video. So we may have, we'll see, we may have up to 100 people, or it's usually about 100 people join our meeting. So we'll have some limits. I can't let one person talk too long, because then other people can't talk. So if you want to talk in the VIP meeting, when I send the email, I'll have a couple rules in there. I'll tell you about the topic we will discuss. So, you know, think about the topic, think about your ideas, what you might want to say, and try to limit yourself to about 5 minutes. Okay. So think of this, it's almost like a presentation. It's almost like, you know, going to Toastmasters, where you have to talk about something and you do it, and you have to make your point in a time limit. This is actually a very good habit, right? So you don't just kind of think about what you're going to say, and then you try to say it clearly in a short time. So anyway, I'll give you more details. VIP members, check your email today or tonight, depending on where you are, your time zone. And as always, if you're not a VIP member yet, you have enough time now. You still have time. Join now. Join now. You can join our next meeting. I'll send an email today, but I'll send some reminder emails later, maybe a few days later or next week. So even if you join VIP, you know, in a couple of days, there will be another email. You will be invited. So it's a good chance if you want to chat and talk with me and with other VIP members. This is great. This will not be our last one, okay? But this is our first one using Zoom and video. So it will be a test. We'll see. Excuse me. I hope it works. You know, hopefully we don't have technical problems, but this is how we improve. We just try new things and do our best. So join my VIP program at effortlessenglishclub.com, effortlessenglishclub.com. My topic today is morning rituals. This is something I'm going to start doing more myself. You know, we all have kind of a ritual in the morning, right? What's a ritual? A ritual, well, there are two words we want to just talk about today: routine and ritual in English, okay? Routine and ritual. They both have a similar meaning, kind of similar, but important differences for the meaning. So both of these are actions, things we do, usually repeatedly, right? We do them again and again. And these are things we do kind of in the same way again and again and again. right? So for example, a routine, brushing your teeth at night before bed, might be a routine. In fact, you could even say in general, you probably have a bedtime routine. What does that mean? It means there's several actions you do every night. They're basically the same every night, right? So you're repeating them, right? There's the repetition. That's important for routine, right? Something you repeat, and it's something you repeat regularly and in basically the same way. So maybe you take a bath or a shower, and then you brush, then you put on your clothes, your pajamas, your sleeping clothes, then you brush your teeth, maybe you listen to relaxing music, or read a little bit, and then you go to sleep, right? So that's your bedtime routine. These are the same actions you do. You do them again and again and again every night, right? So what's a ritual then? So a routine is just anything you do repeatedly like that. You probably have a morning routine, right? Where if you have a job, for example, you get up, or you go to school, same thing. You get up at a certain time, maybe you have an alarm, and then what do you do next? Like everyone's a little different, right? Maybe you kind of lay in bed for 30 minutes and go, it's hard to get up. Or some people jump up right away, right? And then maybe you, I don't know, have some water first. Maybe you drink coffee first. Maybe you have a little breakfast, and maybe your breakfast is basically the same every morning, and whatever, right? Maybe you take a shower in the morning instead of at night, and you do all these little things, and they're repeated. You have to do them. So it's kind of, that's your morning routine, right? So we tend to have morning routines. We tend to have nighttime routines before bed. And then during the day, depending on your life, you may have other routines, things that are kind of the same at a similar time. Now, a ritual is a little bit the same and also different. It's the same, meaning rituals are things we repeat. Okay, it's the same idea that it's a set of actions, a group of actions that we do the same way, and we often will do them again and again and again and again. The difference with ritual is that ritual also has a little bit of a spiritual or religious or deeper emotional feeling, meaning. So brushing your teeth, not usually a ritual, right? There's no emotional part to brushing your teeth, probably. Nothing spiritual about it, nothing emotional about it, right? There's not much deeper meaning. You're just keeping your teeth clean, right? But however, like let's say, okay, like when I did the Camino in Spain, there was a kind of a common ritual entering a church. We'll go walk into the church, and there would often be, these are Catholic churches, so there would be some holy water there, and then people would cross themselves. Catholics would, I think I'm doing it right, like this or something, right? So these, a set of actions, and then they maybe walk up to the altar, and then they might bow and pray, and but so these are kind of the same exact actions every time going into churches, all these different churches. But this is more of a ritual. Why? Because there's this emotional and, of course, spiritual and religious meaning, right? So that's what basically rituals are: actions we do, words we say, possibly physical actions we do, with deeper meaning, deeper purpose, right? There's some deeper meaning we're doing it. You may be doing this action with your hands if you're a Catholic, right? Well, this has no meaning at all if you're not Catholic. You're just touching your head and your shoulders. Doesn't mean anything, right? So that might be a routine. I don't know why you would do it. You could do this as an exercise for your shoulders or something. There's no deeper meaning, right? But of course, if you're a Catholic, this is a sign of respect to Jesus and to God, right? You're making the sign of the cross. You're expressing your respect. And there may be other, I'm not Catholic, so I don't know, but there may be other meanings to that action of making the sign of the cross, right? But this is a ritual because it's got a much deeper meaning to it. So what does this have to do with us? I talk about this in one of the early VIP lessons you get when you join. I have quite a big, powerful, long lesson that is connected to this idea of rituals and morning rituals and why they are so powerful and important. And there's a Tony Robbins video where he talks about this, and I help you understand that video. But basically, how we start our day has a big effect on the rest of the day, right? And it's easy to forget this, including me. I've been forgetting this recently myself, and I realized, I need to change this. I've kind of gotten into some bad habits in the morning. But the problem is, right, if we start our day in a way that's not so positive, nothing terrible, but if we just start in a way where we're maybe in a little bit bad mood, we just wake up and maybe we're in a good mood, maybe we're in a bad mood, it's just luck, right? Or just, how well we slept last night. Well, then, the whole rest of the day can be affected, right? You've probably had this experience. I know I have, where maybe you wake up, maybe your sleep wasn't great, or just who knows, sometimes we don't even know why, but you just wake up and you're in a bad mood. You just wake up and you're in a bad mood. Maybe you had a bad dream. Sometimes we don't even know why. We don't remember any bad dreams. It seems like our sleep was okay. You just wake up in a bad mood, right? You're just not in a good mood. You're just kind of a little negative. You're tired, grumpy, it happens. So what we do in that moment in the morning, then it can affect our whole day, all the other, 23 hours of the day or whatever. Because if we do nothing, if we just do our normal routines, brush our teeth, eat, get dressed, we're probably not changing our mood. We're not changing our attitude. We're not changing our mindset at all. So that means that we continue to be grumpy, in a bad mood while we're getting ready. We continue to be grumpy and in a bad mood when we go to work or to school. This might affect our work. Maybe we don't do much work. Maybe we don't do good work. Maybe we're not nice. We're not so nice to our coworkers. Maybe we're kind of more lazy that day, right? Or if you stay home with kids, maybe you're just less patient with your kids, or maybe you do everything kind of the same, but you just don't enjoy it. So you don't enjoy your time at work or school or with your kids or with your family at home. And then it continues. Sometimes it can get worse. If you're already in a bad mood and then a difficulty, a problem comes up, right? Nothing big, but some small problem comes up. Well, normally it would be nothing, but you're already in a bad mood. So now that problem makes you even more grumpy, in even more bad mood. You don't handle the problem very well. And now your mood gets worse. Your attitude gets worse. And what happens if another problem comes up where you need to be patient about something, right? You can see how it can just start going down, down, down. It can start stepping down or spiraling down little by little, just little small things, because you started off already negative. You started off already bad and you didn't change it. That's the key thing. We can't control how we feel when we wake up. We can do everything possible. We do our best to eat well and exercise and be positive when we go to bed. And you can do all that stuff. Sometimes you still wake up and you feel bad. You're grumpy. You're in a bad mood, whatever. Okay. So this is why a morning ritual is so important. A morning ritual means some actions you do every morning that have a deeper meaning, a deeper purpose. The most basic kind of ritual is just to make your mood better, just make you feel better physically, make you feel a little happier. So if you wake up feeling bad, you have a bad mood, well, maybe after you do the ritual, right, these actions in the morning, it's gone. Your bad mood, you're back to normal again. Great. And now the rest of the day can be normal, or even who knows, maybe you have a great day the rest of the day. Or maybe if you wake up in the morning and you feel normal, you do this ritual, then you feel fantastic. Now your mood is really great. You feel positive. You feel energized. You feel wonderful. That will then affect everything else the rest of the day. So now your day is going to get better and better and better, possibly. Right. And if you wake up in a fantastic mood, you do this ritual and you'll feel super fantastic. You'll be unstoppable. Right. This is the idea. But we need to make it a habit, because that's really what a ritual is, and a routine. Both, they're habits. It's just with the ritual, we're giving that habit some emotional power. Of course, it's possible to make it a negative emotion, but we don't want to do that. Some people actually do have some negative rituals, bad habits that make that every morning they feel worse because they wake up, they do some certain things. Maybe they, for example, some people wake up, turn on the TV and watch the news. Is that going to cheer you up? Is that going to put you in a good mood? Almost certainly not. Almost certainly. Or some people do it with the radio. Same thing. Excuse me. Right. But there are people who do. Part of their morning routine or ritual is they wake up and they turn on the radio or the TV and they watch or listen to the news, the lies, the media. And guess what? It's almost all negative, negative, negative. It's designed to make you angry. It's designed to make you upset. It's designed to make you feel bad. Excuse me, need some water. My throat's dry. I mean, how many times do you watch the news and you feel super cheerful and happy afterwards? Oh, wonderful. You listen to the news for 30 minutes and you're like, oh my God, I feel so great now. Almost never happens, probably never. So that's also part of a morning ritual. You've got to break anything that is making you worse. Don't read the newspaper in the morning. Don't listen to the radio and don't listen to the television. Nothing like that. And same on the internet. Don't go on the internet and read all about the news, because it's all garbage. It's all going to make you feel worse. You might wake up in a good mood. After you do that, you're going to feel bad, right? Your mood will get worse. We'll get more negative. We'll get lower. So we're going to do the opposite. I'm going to read a little section from, this is a great book, by the way. I'll show you on video. It's called The Bhakti Yoga Handbook. Bhakti, Bhakti, Bhakti Yoga Handbook. And it's by a man named Stephen Knapp, who's American. Stephen Knapp, Bhakti Yoga. Bhakti is a kind of yoga focused on devotion to God, and specifically. Okay, so, but he has a little section here in chapter 3 about starting our day, again, about the importance of a morning ritual and why the very beginning of the day, the earliest moment after you wake up, is so important. This is the most important thing, is how we start the day. As anyone knows, how our day begins can make a difference in how the rest of the day proceeds. Proceed means continues. So how we start the day, right, has a powerful effect on how the day continues, right? Everything else that happens. So the point is to make the day filled as much as possible with various ways of devoting our thoughts and activities to God. So of course, this is he's specifically talking about ritual, and we could say, you know, kind of the highest level of this. But we'll talk about, you can adapt this if you'd rather not have a specifically religious focus. You don't have to. You can adapt this any way you want. The main point is that you should have a ritual in the morning that is powerfully emotional, and I think at least spiritual. This is very important, because this will affect how the rest of our day is filled up. Then he says, this keeps us connected and united with God, which is the whole goal of yoga, as much as possible. Okay. And so here he's, in other words, so when you start your day in a powerful way, it keeps you connected to your highest purpose, Okay, so of course, in this case, God is who he's talking about, and I would agree with him. But if that word bothers you for some reason, you could just say your highest purpose, and that's what we'll talk about in a minute. Right. So the key thing with this morning ritual then is you're not just thinking of your common little small goals. That in your morning ritual, when you first wake up, you want to focus on the highest level. Okay. Not like I want to lose 10 pounds, right? I'm working on my diet. Those are good goals, but we really want to think at the highest level first with your ritual. And then and you can also then after that focus on smaller goals too if you want. But you must make the main focus of your morning ritual. The main focus should be, whatever is highest for you. Okay, so he says the easy part of bhakti yoga is we do not have to be in a motionless form of meditation. We can actually be doing all kinds of activities while still focused on our connection with the supreme. The supreme here means highest. So he's saying that. Let's put this back here. He's saying that when you have a morning ritual in the morning, you connect to what is highest. The supreme is the phrase he uses. Supreme means best, highest. So when you kind of connect your mind, your thinking, your mind, your emotions to the highest, then the rest of the day you can stay connected to that highest purpose, that highest energy, that highest being, as you do your normal day, as you do anything else you do, working and taking care of kids and shopping and eating and everything else. Right. So the key point here is that to make your morning ritual focused on the very, very, very highest things for you. If you're religious, that will be, God and Dharma, Logos. Right. So what you might have a ritual that involves praying, it might involve meditation, might involve some yoga, depends on your religion or your specific religious practices. It might involve reading from, certain books, you don't have to read for a huge long time. In the mornings, you might be busy. People are often very busy, but you could just, open the Bhagavad Gita and just randomly open it and read one page, right? You could do that with the Quran. You could do that with the Bible. You could do that with the sutras. You could do that with the Dhammapada. You do that with the Tao Te Ching, right? You just, maybe that's the first thing you do. After you wake up, go to the bathroom if you need to, drink a little water, and then, you open one of those books, a book that is, sacred to you, meaning special, very special, and highest meaning to you, holy, whatever word you want to use, and just read one page. Read one page. That's all. That's the start. And then you might have some kind of action. Maybe you pray, maybe you meditate. You could meditate silently. There's all kinds of meditation. Of course, you might do vipassana. You might chant. You might do something else. You might involve a little, physical activity. You might light some incense or ring a bell, or if you're Christian, you might, of course, make the sign of the cross. You might bow to, if you have a home altar, right? If on your wall you have Jesus or, Krishna or whatever. So you have to make this yourself, obviously, because it's very, very personal. It's very, very personal. But you do that. And you might do that for about 10 minutes, something like that. And then after that, then, you do what we discuss in our VIP, that early VIP lesson where then you start doing things to make yourself like emotionally powerful, because that first part connects you to the highest, to the supreme. Then you work on your emotions. So first you work on the spiritual level, right? You have a ritual that connects you to the highest spiritual level for you. Then next you focus on the emotional level, right? Getting your emotions going. And usually with emotions, you have to involve the physical body too. So I recommend having some sort of, you don't need to be doing a super workout if you don't want to, but just It could be a little light yoga. It could just be jumping around. It could be dancing, whatever you want to do. But you just gotta, wake your body up so you feel a little better, right? So you get some energy going, get some physical energy in your body, and then emotional energy. So this is where you might focus on your more practical goals, right? Your everyday goals of your business goals, your goals with your family, your relationship goals, your health goals, your whatever, money goals, all these things, and get a little bit excited about them, right? So now you've kind of hit all the major levels. You started with the spiritual, then you have a ritual to kind of wake yourself up physically and also emotionally. Change your emotion so that your emotion becomes more powerful. And again, in that VIP lesson, we really have a lot of details about how to do this, especially that emotional and physical part. So then you start your day feeling great. You start your day feeling powerful. If you woke up in a bad mood, feeling bad, it's gone now. The bad mood's gone. The grumpiness is gone. You've changed it into feeling fantastic. You remember the connection. You remember what's most important, what's highest for you. And you wake up your positive emotions and you wake up your body so you're feeling good. So I recommend you do this every single day. It's very, very important. And we may talk about this in our VIP meeting, go into some more details, and you can share and talk about what you do in the morning, and we can maybe discuss and get ideas from each other about maybe, some other members have some interesting things they do in the mornings or in the evening or in the day that help them, and maybe, we can all help each other. All right, so join my VIP program at effortlessenglishclub.com, effortlessenglishclub.com. That's where you need to go, effortlessenglishclub.com. That's my website. And VIP members, watch your email.